adjust some settings first before I go live here.
Yeah. Let me
Zoom in on the map.
Or let me know when you're recording.
Done. Started.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's the ADMW2. I'm Koshade, and today, Puddinhead, you're joining me, and we got a game between SirJasonCrage versus Farkas.
Nice. All right. So Sir Jason's been playing a lot of games recently.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
I mean, basically, he said he's gonna have to be out for a few weeks, so might as well get all his games in now. And everyone's like, "All right, let's do it, man." Looks like
It's cool.
Jason's gonna be in the top left here. He's pulled out his mage, but he hasn't revealed because he wants to be stealthy and not reveal.
Whatever.
Before the other mage comes out. But looks like we're gonna see a Druid come out for Jason, and out of Farkas, the Wizard.
Dang.
Now, just for reference, I'm gonna pull this up just to pull you guys out of the immersion. Looks like Farkas, we have currently a win. Jason, we have a win and loss. So, really, Jason, what he's probably thinking here is if he loses again, he may lose his opportunity to actually advance. So it doesn't surprise me that he may be pulling out some of the stronger mages, such as the Druid. And Farkas, this is his second game. He's got a win so far. Figure he's pulling out the Wizard just to be like, let's just power through this game. He might have thought the same thing as I was just saying. That is, Jason lost the game already. If he wants to advance, he has to play his best. So, hence the Wizard.
I think it's pretty funny that so let me get my stats up here, but I have so far predicted that the Wizard, the Druid, or not the Druid, the Wizard, the Straywood Beastmaster, the Bloodwave Warlord, and the, I think I said Necromancer maybe?
Probably, yeah.
Would be in the group stage, like we'd see them everywhere. So far, it has been incorrect completely on the Necromancer. We have not seen a single Necromancer.
That's kind of nuts, man. No
and
necro.
Completely incorrect on the Bloodwave Warlord. We have not seen a single Bloodwave Warlord. However, the Wizard and the Straywood Beastmaster are the most played mages in this tournament so far.
The Wizard. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, that's kind of like the old school way of looking at it, because everybody used to run Wizard back then. But I guess nowadays, I wonder if that's because they want a strong mage, but they want the ability to reuse it, or if they're thinking, all right, I guess I want an okay mage, and I know kind of how the Wizard works because it's just kind of a common strategy that a lot of people use. Gated Voltari going down, of course.
Yeah. So straight away, I'm counting one play mistake against Jason here.
I think I know what you're going to say, but let's see. Let's hear it.
He passed his first quick cast against the Wizard.
Yep.
And now the Wizard will get 2 mana on that gate without a Harmonize and be able to spawn something next turn.
Yep.
Now, if he harmonizes anyway, then whatever. But generally, you want to use your first quick cast against a Wizard, especially if you're just going to cast a Leaf Ring. Like, you're not giving anything away.
Yeah, it's like, it's a Leaf Ring.
And he's going to harmonize, so I guess it doesn't matter. But
yeah, I think you make a good point there, though, because it's just like, if he didn't harmonize, then that means that it's a creature out 1 turn later, which could be another creature out that next turn, and it's just it could just be a compounding type of situation. Of course, the harmonize is here, so that sort of balances that out. Brandon from the chat saying, judging Jason harsh, yes. And the Samaritree, you want to talk about judging people hard. The Samaritree does come out for Jason.
Wow,
this is going to be an awesome game. Samaritree is one of those builds that a lot of people dislike in comparison to Divine Tree, but I mean, there are good and bad things about having seedling pods. Like, the bad part is you have initial investment, so it's kind of but the good part is that those creatures are really good at, I guess, just having tons of mana. You know, even if they like stomp the thing out, it's like it has cantrips, so it's not the end of the world. It's a weird play. Like, I like Samaritree a lot, and I'm curious to see what Jason does here.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see Samaritree. I definitely hope that it is a solid book that has lots of contingencies.
Yeah.
Because that's what Samaritree is good at. It's at delaying delaying what you're going to put on the field until you know what you're dealing with, but still getting that initial investment out there and then turning it into a danger as soon as you need to.
That's a really good point there. Yeah, like I think I remember even having the what's his name, Treebeard guy, just because like if he took so long, you just bring out the end, you know.
Right. And I don't know if Farkas is going to feel like the Samara tree and the seedling pods are dangerous, if he's going to try and kill them, or if he's actually going to just ignore them. And I'm not actually sure what the right move is in this situation, you know? You see so few Samara trees that it's hard to tell.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with you. And of course, it does have the same advantages Vine Tree has, in that it has the armor, in the sense of like it's gonna survive a lot of stuff, and you're gonna be able to transfer that life either way. So really, you could see an aggressive druid here, and it just keep sending back life to this tree to help heal.
Right.
I mean, that being said, of course, we don't really know what we're gonna see. We did see a Druid leaf ring, so that probably means, um, Jason's probably gonna want to do plant spells off of his mage, which makes sense if he only does a sealing pod every once in a while. Um, I guess there's not many plant enchantments, so
There's
let's
Barkskin,
yeah, that's probably the big one.
and
You
then
know,
Tanglevine is no Tangle Root. Is Tangle Root a plant spell?
I believe it is, if I remember right. I'm going to
Yeah.
actually, because I forgot to pull up all that stuff. And that is a seedling pod in the cemetery zone.
Yep. Important to know. I am judging Jason really harshly here, and it could be that I'm really wrong.
Oh
So
yeah.
just take this with a grain of salt. But the Samara tree, the seedling pod, has a range of 0 to 1, right? So if he doesn't want to use vine markers for seedling pods, he can only cast 3 seedling pods right now. If he had put the tree in his zone or in the zone to the right of where it is now, he could cast 4 seedling pods without using up a vine marker.
That is a super good point, man. And I just want to point out, just going along with the game here, Lightning Rapper did come out. The sort of a weird economical, weird way that Lightning Raptor works, just sort of getting more damage as it goes up. But 8 mana for a 5 dice creature with Counter Strike at the end, super good. We see Tattery come down. This is really common to see in some archery builds,
Yep.
just because you need that extra mana. It's basically look at it as a quick cast instead of a stationary plant. It's a creature, I guess, but usually you see it to add the mana on.
It's a mana crystal,
Yeah,
basically, every turn. Or I guess a meditating monk, really.
yeah, yeah, like a better one because it's just a quick catch. Um,
Right.
Interesting note. It has a 3-up infinity defense. Theoretically, you could do like bear strength and a bunch of other stuff just to like get it super strong, and it actually has a annoying way that it needs to die. But most people don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, so interesting note, fun fact, this is actually the first quick cast creature that we've ever actually had in the game, which is pretty cool.
Yep. Yep. And then Force Master Academy blew that out of the
Oh
water.
yeah, no, there's tons of them. Yeah, so Wizard versus Druid, those tend to be drawn out matches. And I want to see how this turns out. We do have a slightly aggressive gate here. Um, then again, with the Raptor, it speaks that it's going to be a longer game. Um,
I
so
see Raptors come out first or second turn for Wizards all the
yeah,
time.
like that's just the norm. It's just like cool this guy because it's going to be 5 turns at least before I engage. Is usually what you think.
Yeah. So it looks like Jason is choosing to not worry about the gate gaining mana, and if it stymies his economy to stymie the gate, then that's probably a good choice. But it is kind of incensing to me every time that the gate gets mana. I'm just like, hey, you stole that from me. But they didn't really steal it. It just feels like they did because
Yeah, I
cheeky
mean,
wizards.
we haven't seen any more economy come down. We saw 2 enchantments in the wizard, so I mean that speaks that it's going to be an earlier timing in terms of when he's going to start hitting this druid. I wonder if we're almost going to see like a cheetah speed and then a double move and something happen.
I wonder if he's going to play Wizard's Tower.
Ooh. I would love to see a Wizard's Tower, man.
Because I really don't think the Druid is going to have much to deal with Wizard's Tower.
He needs creatures. I mean, usually you see, you know, like the Vine Stamper go down or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a good point. Let's actually look at the card count here. The Druid right now has 62 cards in his hand. You know, -1's on the field right now. And Farkas, the Wizard, has 59. So, you know, they both have a decent amount of cards in their deck. I wouldn't say it's abnormal what we see out of either one of these guys.
There's an initiative question.
I think I had initiative during turn 1 and 2. Did it not switch? I'll watch. You know what? I'll just check it really quick. Let's see.
Because if this is turn 3, then yeah.
Jason
should have initiative.
Jason
he did.
First. Yeah. And it's not Jason's turn now?
It is not. It is Farkas's turn. And I believe it is round 3.
Let's see here.
No, it's the beginning of round 4, isn't it?
I think it's round 4, yeah. I think this is right. Okay, round 2.
No, I don't think so.
Hang on.
Because they've already done deployment.
Oh, yeah, it's right. Beginning of round 3. Let me see here. Well, Jason went first, round 2, too. Yeah, no, he's right. It should be reversed.
All right. So, should we adjudicate this?
I think we just let them play it out. It looks like they just want to keep an eye on it. They're figuring out the match for themselves. That's really weird. I've never actually seen an initiative bug before. Huh.
Oh, so he's going to put a mana on the Samara tree.
Yeah, and this is exactly why Tattery is good. Just because it's like that mobile, just sprinkling of magical dust.
So Tattery, the optimal way to use Tattery is to put a 3rd mana on a seedling pod a turn early, so that you can get them cycled faster. And if you can't put a 3rd mana on a seedling pod, then you want to put it on the tree to reduce the cost of the next seedling pod.
Yeah, he put the mana on the Samara tree, didn't he? Interesting. And we see a lightning beetle come out.
Nice.
Oh man, I love the lightning beetle. I don't see it nearly enough, but that's a pretty cool play. Lightning beetle usually speaks that it's going to be some sort of life buff, like you know, like a tree that does it, or something, or a gator toughness. Just because they have great armor, but really they die pretty fast and just crits.
Bull's Endurance would go a long way.
Bull's Endurance would be a great card to get with a lightning beetle.
Or even, I mean, it'd be expensive, but you could do iguana regrowth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the flavor text on Lightning Beetle, by the way.
Yeah, it's so good. Leave it to Sortilege to find a way to make bugs more annoying. Like, it's just, it's a giant bug. You see the sword next to his, like, claw, and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah. It's a good bug versus the wizard, too, because you won't get lightning bolted.
Okay, so let's just look at the field because we haven't been talking about it. So Mana Crystal did come out along with the Lightning Beetle. I'm sorry, Mana Flower. So that brings the Druids channeling up to 12. Then we have 13, 14 with the 2 seedlings, 15 with Symmetry, and then Tattery makes it 16. Effectively, you know, it's not all getting used every round, but it's effectively like that kind of channel. With the Druid Leaf Ring, that you could add additional ones, so it's basically like 17 channel. With the Wizard over here, we have an 11 on his Mage. I guess you can call it 4.
Yeah, so it's about 15.
You know, so then 16 with the Mana Crystal. There is an interesting thing going with Lightning Raptor. I don't really know how you'd calculate that. But
well, it's not channeling.
Yeah, it's not mana, but there is some sort of value to be spoken about how he works.
Right.
Now we do see an enchantment on Blue Gremlin. I'm guessing it's gonna be what, a giant growth, I think it's called.
I'm gonna guess it's Lion Savagery.
Lion Savagery, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it's called. Is that one where it makes the minor creatures huge?
No, that's giant size.
Giant size.
That would
I'm
be
thinking
effective also.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. No, giant size only lasts for so long though. So I don't think he would cast it right now.
That's fair.
I think
Yeah.
he would get a more permanent buff on the gremlin.
Yeah,
And
I agree with that. Yeah, the
yeah.
Lion Savagery is always a good choice. Just because, like, you're not going to get hindered. You can usually attack something within 2 zones.
Right. And yeah, you teleport around and get the extra piercing and the extra 2 dice. So it's good.
So that's kind of the state of the board.
Well, okay, so we see another seedling pod coming out. There's a pod prepared on the tree, and it can only cast seedling pods, right? And 13 mana for Jason, right? So he can't use either of his pods right now, but he is definitely getting an economy going. We do see 15 mana for Farkas and 4 on the gate. That could be an enchant and a Gorgon Archer this turn.
Ooh, a Gorgon Archer would really put the pressure on Jason, just because that 2-zone attack means that this Lightning Beetle, these pods, they're all viable targets.
Yep. Yep. I would be looking for a Gorgon Archer from Farkas in the next couple of turns.
I mean, even with a Hawkeye, that actually might not be that bad to put on a Gorgon Archer in this case.
I would be willing to bet that Farkas is one of those people that puts an Eagle Wings on the Gorgon Archer.
Some people are asking Lion Savagery wouldn't work on the Gremlin. It actually teleports as a move action, and the actual terminology of charge is you have to take a move action to do it. So you actually just sort of have like trait added on to the move action, you're not replacing the move action as a basis for that.
Yeah, blue gremlins still trigger traps, and the reason they don't trigger walls is because they teleport.
Yeah. Interesting. It's just an interesting sort of way to look at it, because normally you think it's either teleporting or you take a move, but they actually combined it. It's like that with Grey Wraith, if I remember.
All right, so we got another gremlin coming out here.
And another gremlin's just solid. I mean, this is exactly what I see probably 90% of wizards do.
Yeah, the gremlin is still taking a move action if you read the text.
Yeah. It's still a move action, and charge literally says after taking a move action. So it's the same requirements, basically, which is fun.
All right, so he chooses to add a mana to this seedling pod down here, which is going to bring it to 3.
We have a seedling pod that I don't think is in the right zone.
Did he bust a vine for it?
I don't think he can with Symmetry.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think he gains... Can he?
Yeah, anytime. Read the Druid
card.
Oh,
yeah, you're right. What am I saying?
Yeah, anytime he casts a plant spell from his own mage or any of his spawn points, he can use a vine. Can destroy a vine to put it there. And use giant size was the right call.
There's the giant size going down. He's going to try to one-shot this. He does have 5... he does have 5 dice, so it should take this out. Of course, there is cantrip on it. Lion Savagery still would have been good, though. It's just one spell point more expensive. And he rolls subpar, getting a 3. It's not a big deal. We could still see just an Arcane Zap come out and just finish it off.
That's true. However, that is an entire dissipate from giant size that got eaten by that seedling pod. So I don't know if I agree with that move.
That is a very good point.
Of course, he could be trying to draw out this lightning beetle. Oh, the defense fails.
This could be dangerous. Interesting that he went in for the melee. I guess he wanted the extra die. All right. Here it comes. And it's going to be 4 damage and a stun. Beautiful.
Oh my
gosh.
That's
brutal when it comes to giant size. And next round, it'll be... next round it'll be Farkas' initiative, so he'll be able to unstun it before another attack comes in from the beetle.
Yeah, but he won't be able to unstun it before an attack from the Druid. if the druid wants to spend a spell on it. Yeah, the thing
that's
is, the
rough.
gremlin has 12 hit points right now.
Yeah.
So it's not really worth an attack spell at this point.
I would agree with that. It looks like we see Tattery come down and add another mana here. And it looks like the Hawkeye getting revealed. He looks like he's gonna... What is he going after? The Seedling Pod? And he one-shots it.
Why did his mana go up?
Farkas sets his mana +1. Maybe we should stop and ask about that. Thanks for covering it.
Oh, the druid comes in and punches.
Okay, this is actually a really good choice. It looks like this is going to actually kill... No, because of the giant size, it won't kill
it. The giant size is keeping it alive.
That's pretty funny, man.
The gremlin is going to die when the giant size is gone.
Yep, that... Oh my god, that's ridiculous. So he's stunned, so he's not actually going to be able to use this, so he's going to unstun. Oh, he paid manually. Okay.
Okay.
He's just going to discard it? It's not actually dead, though. You want to get it? Okay. Man, when you're around, it's awesome. He's like, oh, my giant size.
It's basically dead, but...
Yeah, right.
Because it's not going to be able to do anything next turn. Unless he wants to put a galvanize on it for some reason.
That's so ridiculous.
Or hit it with a cure or something.
I mean, this is a solid move from Jason here. And that is just hit it with this. He got lucky, so he took advantage and just punched something. And that's going to save him more mana. It also makes Farkas not gain a mana on this this gate, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah, and, when you have the seedling pods kind of gathering strength for you, you get to...
It goes back.
Yeah, did he discard the seedling pod?
Yeah, I think he did. Okay.
Yeah.
All the rules. This is a rules game.
So putting the druid out there in the mix is really a good idea because of the life bond, protecting those seedling pods so that you can get your force online when you need to. I think, punching was really the right move there.
I mean, so let's analyze this whole thing really quick. So basically, a giant size got revealed. That was basically 5 mana. He punched a seedling pod, and then this beetle got lucky, managed to stun it. That allowed the druid to kill this blue gremlin effectively. But also on top of that, we had to see an arcane zap go on that seedling pod. So that seedling pod cost 3 mana. One of that was off of the tree, and basically it cost an arcane zap and a whole gremlin's life.
Yep, that's not a fair trade.
That is that's really nice. So I dig that move.
Yeah, unless we see a heal on this gremlin, it's just not going to do anything this turn.
I don't think a heal is worth it, personally.
I mean, if he had a cure, maybe.
Yeah.
But that would be another 6 mana.
I mean, because you got to heal 3 on 2 dice. Unless you just want it for an attack, so yeah, I guess you do that.
But the giant size completely wasted.
Oh, yeah. It's what, 1 dissipate now, so...
Yeah.
I mean, that puts Jason in a solid position here. And he does have 2 seedling pods that can pop now. So, I mean, he has 22 mana, so we might see something come out here. Or 2 things.
I would love to see a Kralathor come out right now.
Kralathor. It could eat the gremlin.
Yep,
if you
and
have
it could.
Rouse.
Yep.
That would be a pretty cool move.
I mean, especially against another spawn point. Like, if he keeps spawning small things, you're just going to feed the Kralathor.
Oh, yeah. And, I get the unavoidable, and you're just like, these gremlins will be toast.
Yeah, the Falcon Precision will be dead as quickly as it comes out, but
That's true.
wizards and
That's so true.
dispels and
Yeah.
everything, but you'll get at least one hit with it.
All right, so let's talk really quick. What enchantment do you think is on the druid?
Rhino hide, brace yourself, or
So
barkskin.
some sort of armor or
Yeah,
protection
it's definitely armor.
makes sense here, especially with the wizard. Wizard's Tower wall shenanigans can get ridiculous. And what do you think is on the wizard here?
Well, we knew there was going to be a Hawkeye. I would not be surprised if there was a Nullify on the
I
wizard.
can see that. Yeah.
I would also not be surprised if it was a brace yourself, or
Yeah.
or a Rhino hide or regrowth or something defensive like that.
I was also going to say maybe in Akira's favor, but something defensive I think is probably what it is too. All right, another gremlin comes out. And nothing? You can see nothing come out? Another seedling pod we'll see.
All right, so he's going to hold on to that seedling pod mana. That's a little. I don't know what he's waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he thinks he's already in a good spot right now, so you might as well just get more mana.
I mean, you can just put a Raptor Vine out there and pay
That's
to
true.
move it
That's
around.
true, yeah.
I mean, a big hitting creature would not be a bad move right now.
I suppose, like, this is kind of the weird part about using Samara, is, like, you cast a creature and your channel goes down. That's how you kind of look at that in a lot of ways. And maybe he's just like, I want to get as much as possible while I'm in the lead. But I agree with you. I think getting another creature out wouldn't be bad because it's just
It's him and the Beetle right
you
now.
secure your lead, you know?
Arcane Zap on the Beetle. Rust.
Ooh, a surging wave.
Okay.
The slam is pretty much a guarantee. And he got 2 damage. That's not bad.
Yep, 2 damage in a slam.
So, you know, it'll be dazed, so maybe he doesn't want to get hit by another attack that might daze or stun, which is fair. You know.
It doesn't cost him anything to attack with it, though. It's not like
That's true.
It's not like you're getting rid of an attack spell or something. I probably would have saved the Surging Wave. I'm not exactly sure what Farkas's plan is by doing that.
I mean, maybe he wants to try to kill it in this round or something. I don't know either. Like, I guess we'll have to see. Maybe he's planning on, like, moving this back gremlin in and the raptor, and he wants to make sure that he protects himself a little bit, especially without any other deploys. That's my best guess.
Yeah, I mean, if he can kill this beetle right now, then all of a sudden he's gained the upper hand.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is a 13 cost creature, so it's not like it's, you know, it costs 4 spell points for the druid, so it's not cheap.
Right. Right. Yeah, I would have loved to see something come out of these seedling pods.
I mean, regardless, Jason has 20 mana. That's a ton. I mean, we could see anything really come out. And we are going to see the Shift Enchantment go down. It looks like he's going to try to take advantage of this giant size and probably bring it over to, my guess is the other gremlin. And I don't blame him for doing this. This is another solid strategy that if you see someone use gremlins to their...
All right, so now the gremlin is dead.
Yeah. And I don't blame him for doing that either. But at least he gets that use. He spent, you know, what was it, 1 mana?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
1 mana to get 2 life.
It's a decent use for Shift Enchantment.
Yeah. Oh, man, I remember some of those old games where, like, you had Guardian Angels and you just would Shift Enchantment to Bear Strength or Lion Savagery between multiple of them. Those are great.
Is he just moving? He could guard with that guy. He should guard.
I don't know if that was worth the Wizard's action there. Just because I think the Arcane Zap would have done better against the Beetle.
I think he should guard. He should guard with the Beetle.
Oh, yeah. You definitely should. Regardless, we have this teleporting blue gremlin coming in. He's going to hit his only target here.
Yep.
5 dice, and against no armor, unless we see something get revealed. Okay, so he has Piercing 1 against this, so 4 damage.
All right. Wow. That's significant.
And the 4 is just going to be regenerated by the bark skin. 2 is going to be transferred to the tree. So really, it's kind of net 0 here.
Yep. And because Barkskin has cantrip, he can choose to regenerate and then let it go.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see, he paid 1 also because of this ring, which is a nice little thing about that. And this is going to be damage that'll probably stick here. Lightning Raptor going in. There is no piercing, but there's a stagger chance. He does get the stagger chance.
So he gets 1 damage.
Yeah.
And a stagger.
The stagger's nice, because we don't know what the Druid's planning yet. And if it's attack spells or whatever.
Looks like it's not. It's another beetle. Lightning beetle.
Cool play, man. I dig this. I mean, the thing about lightning is those daze stuns, and he brings out the Meridias. Oh, that's such a good move.
Yeah, he's going to be able to heal that other beetle.
Yeah, no kidding. With the high armor and the low life, this is a perfect conjuration because, you know, these guys are probably going to take 1 or 2 damage per hit. And if you can heal 2 passively, that's great.
Yeah, and that is why he did not use his sealing pods, right? Because he was planning to use all of his mana this turn.
He's at 0, and I actually like this play a lot because he's planning on basically stun locking out the wizard, and then have a backup of these sealing pods to just bring out the second wave. And honestly, the lightning beetles might just do it by themselves.
Yeah, I would want to protect them a little bit, though.
That's fair.
I mean, they only have 7 health.
That's fair. I agree with you there. That being said, there won't be any damage in this top one. I assume, anyway, because of Meridia's Blessing. He doesn't actually have to use it.
No, he doesn't.
And then the Druid's also going to go down to 1 damage.
Yep.
If he chooses to actually transfer and all that stuff. It's final quick cast phase. We're just waiting to close it out.
Yeah, he said he was going to go hit the restroom.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I mean, this is actually a really unique strategy out of Jason here, and I actually dig it a lot.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And, of course, Meridia's Blessing is like the quintessential Druid card, because you're always going to have more stuff than anyone else.
You generally want to put it in your deck. Like, it's not that your deck wouldn't be good without it. It has a possibility of being better optimized with it. It is a little expensive, but, you know, the value is usually right there. So, I mean, I guess the wizard still has a pretty good chance here, and that's just because he has the Arcane Zap, and that's 4 dice.
Yeah.
I mean, he can still not one-shot these beetles, but he could sort of, use action advantages to sort of get, 2 or 3 good hits in succession to not even allow any healing to happen to these guys.
The Lightning Raptor, I think, is going to be target number 1 for Jason this turn.
Oh, I can see that. It's easily the easiest to die.
Yeah, it needs to die. It needs to die fast.
I mean, if it goes up to 5, you're not going to be able to melee it anymore. And
right.
I totally see that. Yeah, let's see. Looks like the Regen 2 does happen onto the Druid. He's going to set his life down to 1. He does choose to pay the upkeep, so he probably needs those actions for something.
Yeah.
That being said, he's going to be at 10 mana here. Farkas is going to be at 17, 4 on this gate. What would you like to see Farkas do here?
He needs some dice. He needs lots more dice.
Yeah. Meridia's Blessing.
You're just gonna have to deal with it. You're just gonna have to focus fire and kill those beetles, I think.
Yeah. I actually would love to see a Gorgon Archer come out, just to help with support. I mean, the weeks will count against both the range and the melee.
That's true.
You know, if all you're worrying about is the day stun, it's still bad, but it's at least not damage on top of that.
All right, I would like to see another giant size or a gator toughness from the wizard to keep that raptor alive.
Ah, yeah, that would make sense.
And then a Gorgon Archer off of the gate would be an excellent play. Even just ganking that beetle, just bringing it out of its comfort zone and just killing it.
And pummeling it. I mean, if you focus them down, they will die. That's been my experience, at least, with the beetles.
Yep, I agree. I want to see something come off of this 5 mana seedling pod right now. And then I want to see it get replaced by the Samara tree.
That would make sense. I mean, he's
Because
got
you
10
can choose
mana.
whatever order you want to do your deploys in.
That's true. I mean, he's got 10 mana, so he's probably thinking, okay, I gotta make sure my beetles can actually be offensive, and also use all this other stuff back here. So yeah, I would love to see something come off here. I guess like either a Thornlasher or a Raptor would be what I would look for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
He doesn't have enough mana for another beetle.
That's funny, man. And he's just thinking here, and I don't blame him on that. He wants to make sure he lines this up right. You're gonna have this blue gremlin come from the back, so he's gonna
Yep.
be up here. So you might as well just consider him in this zone for attacking purposes. And like this zone is really where all the focus of this match will probably be, for now at least.
And that's perfect for the Druid, right? The Druid wants to figure out where the fight's going to be and then drop all the plants.
Yep,
Right?
absolutely.
So I would not be surprised to see a Corrosive Orchid or a Nightshade Lotus come out this turn.
Nightshade Lotus would actually be really good against these gremlins.
Especially the Raptor.
The
I mean, it's
Raptor,
got the
that's not a bad
most
choice.
dice.
Yeah.
And if they wake it up, they'll get a counter strike.
That'd be funny.
Although you can choose not to take a counter strike, right?
Yeah, you can.
All right. So not a big deal, but
still, like, you have to do a damage to it, which is it's so precious on this Raptor.
yeah, that's why I think I would like to see some bolstering of the creatures from both sides, really.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of buildup, and now they're sort of like, all right, we've decided to engage. I mean, I guess we do have 2 level 3 creatures for the Druid
Is Ethereum Life Tree zone exclusive?
here. It is zone exclusive, actually.
All right, so he can't get that off of a seedling pod right now.
No, I don't think he can. Yeah, because they're all in zone exclusives. Yeah. Although that would be a really cool play to see that happen.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that will really help. Like I don't see like an awesome play coming out of anybody right now, but
I guess it'd be kind of interesting to see a Vine Tree come out of one of these guys. I mean, he couldn't because there's no exclusive, but it'd be funny to see both come out.
You know,
Mokhtari
is not zone exclusive.
Yeah, he could Mokhtari. Mokhtari also has extra armor comparatively, so it's actually a decent tree bond if you want to have like a aggressive Druid.
Sure.
In the sense of like, I'm gonna fight in this zone, and we're gonna see a jelly come out.
Yup. You know, it's 5 dice. It's not too bad, and it's got corrode. So if it hits the beetle, it'll do some serious damage.
Yeah, like it'll allow. I mean, the Meridias can take away a corrode, but at the same time, it's like that's basically 2 extra mana that you're taking away, and we do see enchantment good on the wizard here.
And it does not look like he has a nullify on.
Yeah, nothing does get revealed. I think that the jelly's fine. You know, it's if they're all going to be fighting in one zone, then having him in that zone is definitely good.
Yep. I agree. I'd love to see some range, though. Range just stays safe.
That Gorgon Archer is something I'd really like to see, too. It needs to be mana on the Wizard Town. Wizard Gate.
And, yeah, I would be careful if I were Jason right now, because he's got some low life, high armor creatures right now, and that jelly rolls really a lot of dice.
The 4 damage and the stun against the Raptor.
Wow.
Great hit
so
for 3 dice.
Good.
And this is why I think people, when I've seen the beetle get used, why it's so like, I want to use it. Because these hits just like sway that battle so well.
I mean, it's not too much extra damage than normal, but that stun is just so good.
Yeah, it really is.
He's gotten 2 out of 2 stuns, though. That shouldn't be happening.
It's a 9. It was an 8 up.
It's an
It's an
8.
8
It's
up.
an 8 up.
So 1 out of every
Yeah,
3 as opposed to
right.
2.
So basically, his next 4 need to not get a stun
Yeah, right.
to even out.
Lightning Man. That lockdown. We are seeing the wizard use his quick cast here. Let's see what he does. All right, he's going to target the active.
Yep, the active one. Acid Ball. All right. That's kind of what I was expecting the last time.
So, I mean, he rolls 4 damage. He does not get a... Oh, no, he gets 1 corrode.
Man. He gets
All
a
right.
corrode.
Not getting 2 is a little unfortunate. He's going to Kiro's favor that.
So it is a Kiro's favor. You had it right.
Kiro's. This is a solid thing for Wizards to do. And looks like he's going to try to go for that 2 corrode. He just needs a 4. I mean, he gets a 2! It's going to be 1 corrode all the way. So he's hoping now that he's going to get those crits, which he has the dice to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if that raptor stays stunned, though.
Ugh, that's so brutal to see. Regardless, we see this gremlin saying, I gotta try with all my might, piercing 1 against 3 armor. And he does get 1 damage through. That is nice. I'm sorry, 2 because of the corrode. It did help a little bit, but not enough.
Not quite dead.
Man, if that Akiro's favor would have taken off, then he would have just killed it.
Well, he could Arcane Zap next.
Yeah.
No, he can't. He has no mana.
Yeah, and he can't move that gremlin in.
That he can't move to.
It's a stunned. Yeah, he can.
The gremlin's still there.
He's
Gremlin's a pest.
Yeah.
Never mind.
What's up, Dre fan? Good to see you, man. And this is a smart move by Jason. I mean, basically, it's gonna heal 2. It's gonna have a corrode removed. So now Farkas has to commit if he wants to kill this beetle.
He needs some reinforcements, though. Like, 2 beetles are not gonna do this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. And obviously Jason has it, and he's surviving surprisingly well for how long it is. Looks like he's trying to target, but he realizes he has no mana, so he has to cancel it. Are we going to see him move in here? And not seeing that mana crystal early, or not seeing like more economy is really starting to hit him. I think you could come in and melee with him. Jason says, going in the Druid zone. The wizard. We're going to see a punch. Punches always do well for wizards. And
wow, 4 more crit. Oh, man.
Okay, that's actually really nice because now you have to figure out what do you want to do with Meridius. Do you want to save this almost dead beetle or this more than half dead beetle?
Yeah,
Either
you only get to choose one.
Yeah, probably one of them is going to die. Guard going down for the Druid. Probably because she just wants to save the beetle.
Yeah.
I think an Arcane Zap next round would make a lot of sense. Just re-roll for crits and hope for the best.
Yeah, whichever one he doesn't save with Meridius, he's gonna Arcane Zap the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
it looks like Tattery and the Raptor still have to move.
Oh man, Tattery should go zap the Raptor.
I mean, now's the time. The magical bursts. I can only picture what that must look like. That is a hindered gremlin. Not move 2. So let me ask you a question here. Because we're just gonna wrap this up unless he does something crazy. What would you do if you were Jason with Meridia's Blessing?
It would really depend on what else I had in my book.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I have something that can give one of my creatures extra life, then I would Meridia's the one that is in the thick of it and enchant the thing in the corner.
Yeah, because he'll probably survive past quick cast, so enchant him to make him live. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. If I don't have an enchant that will save a creature, I will probably I would probably save the one in the zone with all the other creatures. Either way, I think I would do that one.
Yeah.
Because it's more likely to be effective.
Yeah, I mean, even if there's a quick cast zap, you don't want to be 3 away from death with a reroll.
Right.
On 4 days.
I mean, 5 away from death is not that great either.
That's
with
true.
when the Kuro's reroll.
That's true.
But you don't have the corrode to deal with, right?
Yeah.
And I would love to see something come off of these seedling pods that makes Farkas think twice about zapping something.
Oh, you can actually remove damage from one thing and then remove a condition off a different thing. That's crazy, man. Meridia's Blessing is such a good card.
Yeah, so I would remove 2 damage from this beetle and the corrode from the other beetle.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the mana, and clearly his pods are taking off economy-wise. We got a 7 mana seedling pod. Oh, man. If this thing died before it spawns something, that's kind of like the big danger of having these things.
So, interesting. No, that doesn't work. Never mind. I was going to say, as a spawn point, I believe the seedling pod can use vine markers, but I don't think they can.
It's your bonded tree only that can.
Yeah, it's only your bonded tree.
I think it's in the rulebook specifically. It says that.
Right. So whatever he does is going to show up in that zone. Mm-hmm. Now, what he could do is he could do a Wall of Thorns.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not the bonded. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you there. It's
a tree spawn point.
It's the Druid, familiars, and tree spawn points.
Yeah, so since the pod is not a tree.
Yeah, or a familiar.
Or a familiar, yeah.
Which is pretty cool when you think about it.
He is going to use it. All right.
If we see a card go down, he better. If he doesn't, that should be a dead.
Oh, he's going to... Interesting. He's going to save that one.
All right, well, he removes the corrode and does 2 damage.
So now both of those lightning beetles are 3 away from death. He's probably not going to lose both, but it's
commit to the one in the field.
It's possible that he could lose both this turn.
Yeah, that is true. Which that's 13 mana each. Which, oh man, I mean we've seen an acid ball against one, and some
surging wave.
Yeah, surging wave against one. That's right. These are those little tanks, man.
Yep. And he's got a guard with his Druid right now. So all he has to worry about early is the zap.
Yep.
At least right away. And yeah, he can't Surging Wave ahead of time.
Jeez.
What do you think the enchantment on the wizard is from Jason?
Yeah. I think it might just be like an early rust.
Okay.
Which, I mean, the wizard's had 0 armor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's...
It's dangerous.
That's super dangerous. Like, Jason's at 16 mana, man. Not to mention all the other, like, shenanigans that these other plants have.
Yep. You know what I'd love to see right now? A tsunami.
Oh, that would be so fun to watch. I mean, you'd get a ton of dice, so you get immediately 9 dice against your enemy and a bunch against you if you were a Druid. And then you'd probably get another, like, 12 dice here. You know, that'd be crazy, man.
Yep. It would be pretty fun.
Tsunamis they really do wreck Druid or Wizard in this type of scenario. I just kind of would love to see just tsunamis in random books, just to be like, all right, well, you committed, so time to die. You know?
Oh, didn't Bibliofilter have 2 tsunamis in his Paladin book for Gen Con?
Yeah, he did, because he put all the cards that he was just like, you get super value, and he put like a Pillar of Righteous, of course, and he did the tsunamis and a bunch of other stuff.
There's the Kralathor.
All right, well, 7 mana off of the sealing pod, so only 9 off the Druid. We see a Kralathor come out, and that's a great choice right now, man.
Yep. The Kralathor could theoretically one-shot the Raptor.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, getting the... Hmm. I guess I'd like to see if that's going to happen. Probably a beetle attack first, just to try to stun it or daze it.
Yeah. Although the Counter Strike is dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, so that being said, yeah, Counter Strike is on the field now. Lightning Raptor has that stagger. Only has 5 life left and 1 armor, so it can die. That being said, there's not really anything on the field that can just do that. So it'll probably get at least 1 Counter Strike out. And looks like Farkas isn't going to use his quick cast.
Uh, Jason's planning to use it, but I don't know what for.
He's got 6 mana. By the way, Sealing Pod did get put in this crucial zone here. So I wonder if we're going to see it sort of get pumped by the Tattery just so we can have reinforcements as soon as possible, kind of thing.
Right now is the wrong time to do it. Next turn is the right time to.
Oh, yeah, so they can't take advantage of it and just
Yeah.
it. That makes sense.
Unless you want to misdirect.
Ooh. Interesting note, Tattery can also heal Krelthor. So,
That's true.
I mean, if you want to look at it in a weird way, it's like it has Regenerate 3 with the support from that, which is a cool little combo you can do with Tattery. Woods is going to try to move and then decide not to after we saw the Druid try to use Quick Cast and decide not to. So, obviously a lot of tension going on between the two players here. I'm like, what do you do? Krelthor here, man. And we see his quick cast get used, then so he does want to commit to something here.
And teleport. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a teleport.
And he has 11 mana. He's gonna spend 6 of that, bringing this Devouring Jelly. I mean, 6 for the 5-die attack. I think it's a pretty solid choice. Probably against the Beetle. Oh no, there's a guard.
Yeah, Druid's Garden.
And this is probably one of the. No, he's gonna try to. Yeah, it's not gonna let him.
Yeah. I think it'll prompt him to say, "Hey, there's a guard in here."
Yeah, there's safeguards in this place.
Get it?
So let me talk about why this is a great scenario for Jason here. He has Barkskin on, which has the armor too. So this jelly might be able to do some sort of corrode against him. But the great part is cantrip. So if you don't pay upkeep, you just get rid of this Barkskin, and then immediately your corrodes drop, and then you just recast it. So it sort of nullifies like a very important part of this jelly. That being said,
6 critical damage.
2 corrodes as well. That was a great roll. Too bad it's not against this beetle. And that's going to make this Barkskin essentially useless. Unfortunately, really, when it comes to Druid, it's like that doesn't really stick. And it's going to be 2 damage back at the jelly. That's a little unfortunate. Every single damage counts when it comes to resilient creatures.
That's about average.
Yeah.
No, actually, it was 3 dice, so that's over. That's 50% more than average. Yep. 100% more than average.
And I mean, now Jason just gets to guard again.
If he wants to, or he could use the beetle. I would not be surprised if he guarded again and then roused Krelthor.
Yeah, I can see that. And instead we're going to see something go down in the Lightning Beetle enchantment of some sort. Ooh, Iguana Regrowth.
I'm going to guess Glancing Blow or...
I can see that. And another guard.
Or Regrowth or Iguana Regrowth or Bull's Endurance.
Yep.
Something to give it health or take less damage.
And right now, committing this beetle is kind of a hopeless cause.
I mean, the Druid's tanking it out.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Farkas is almost thinking, like, should I just go after the Druid?
Well, the problem you've got is that those stuns can mess up that plan pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely true there. And now that you have Krelthor out, like, there's actually some serious dice in the field for Jason right now.
And the longer those beetles don't get attacked, the more Meridias is going to just heal them up.
Yeah, I mean, this is, so far, I gotta say, a very well-executed Druid.
And different. I like that it's different.
Yes, it's not the paper cookie cutter kind of Druid. It's actually very unique.
This is where the Druid decides to GTFO. Don't want that Kralthor coming after.
All right, well, I'm just gonna zap your beetle. Anything it reveals? I'm just gonna acid ball again. Wow, that's commitment, man. 3 dice going down to 2 corrodes. Does happen.
He does get the 2 corrodes.
I guess we're gonna see Akira's favor here. Yep, and he gets 6 damage on that. There better be a reveal here. It might not even help because he's at 10 damage then. That was a great reroll. Let's see if it gets revealed. Anything? Yep, he's just going to kill it off. That was awesome, Akira, right there. It wasn't Iguana Regrowth. Not helping because he got perfect. That was a perfect acid ball right there.
Yeah.
And again, I want to reiterate, like, that's kind of why Arcane Zap is so nice, because he could have just passively been hitting it with that just to try to get those crits out. And that was just, not saying the acid ball was a bad move, but it was just like a really cool thing to point out there. Value ball from Dre fan in the chat.
Well, value Akira's favor.
Yeah. Man, perfect dice. The perfect acid ball. 1 mana gets added to the seething pod. Not the ideal, as he said. But it is something.
Well, the problem is, if he does anything else, he can't add the mana next turn.
Yep. And this Lightning Raptor should probably go after the Druid.
Meridia's Blessing.
No, he's going to go after Meridia's. That's a solid choice, too. I mean, it is epic, so killing it once is fine. And he's going to do 15 dice. Killing it in 1 hit. Holy cow, this is the strongest Raptor ever. I mean, honestly, if you just want to put a bunch of weaks on.
The Counter-Strike trait is messing up. Just manual 5 dice.
Yeah, I know. Manual works. All right, we're going to see 5 dice come in here. And a stagger chance. And still a really good roll. It has 2 armor. He's going to roll a total of 8, so... 6 is going to go through, and that's almost dead. One of these gremlins could just finish it off.
Yep,
which would actually be a really cool move from Farkas to see that. Interesting note, this gremlin does not have the mana to teleport, so this one gremlin has to do everything right now.
Yep, it's true. And he might try and pull that off.
Raptor's going to use his lightning blast.
Comes a beetle.
Oh man, rolling a perfect 4. Of course, there is 1 armor, so 3 goes through. No sort of daze, but that does put Lightning Raptor at 7 damage.
Yeah, it could be dead soon.
Ouch.
But Jason Craig now has this ooze problem.
Yeah, it's sort of right in your face, isn't it? Like, and here's the gremlin. Yeah, I don't blame him if he's going to move up. He does, and he's going to go after this Meridia's here. I mean, he has piercing 1, so basically 1 armor. He should kill it with 3 dice. He has gotten pretty lucky, though, and he does manage to take it out. So that is a dead Meridia's Blessing, so suddenly healing this Lightning Beetle gets a lot harder.
It's true.
That was smart from Farkas. I dug that.
Yep.
And would you take the Druid with this gremlin?
Nah, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I would.
I mean, you get a dodge. You take out the.
Yeah.
Guard. You know.
But there's nothing you need to guard against right now.
Yeah, that's true. I guess he has no armor.
He's gonna go for it.
And just
he's only rolling 3 dice, so he's not gonna kill you.
Yeah, yeah. And he gets 2 damage through, and he has an 8-up chance to dodge this. So it's an okay chance. You feeling lucky? With 1 armor, 3 dice, he does fail this dodge. It's a little unfortunate there. And he gets 2 damage through, about average.
Right.
All around.
1 damage.
Oh, he rolled 2. Yeah. A little below.
Yeah, so that was worth it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to nickel and dime the Druid to death.
No, that does not happen. So Jason's damage up to 8. It's probably going to go down to 4. We're probably going to see these corrodes drop off the Druid, which is nice because they were, free corrodes. Um, and that's probably going to be what we see in upkeep here. And yeah, he chooses not to pay the upkeep. It went in the discard, and then it immediately goes back in his book.
Here it goes. Corrodes drop off. He does actually get the regen if he does it right, but that's totally on him. So.
Yeah, I think it did regen. He just has to choose now to transfer to his tree.
Oh, right. Yeah. And then he tree gens.
Yep, tree gen. So now we have this tree that seems to be threatened. It's not a super powerful force, but it being Jason's, the Druid's initiative, we're probably going to see a dead raptor before it can act again. And this gremlin's going to have a choice in what it really wants to go after. So, I mean, this is... Farkas, I think, is in a tight spot. He kind of has to live in a zone and try to, wade through the correct targets here. Putin, what do you think Farkas should be doing?
Enchanting Kralathor.
Fair enough. With what?
No, okay, so I think we see Raptor Vine and Vine Snapper this turn from those two.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Both of these have guys on them.
And then we see a Rouse the Beast Vine Snapper that tries to kill the Raptor. Okay? That's what I think happens up there.
Okay.
Then I would love to see a Falcon Precision get put on Kralathor and then come in and attack this blue gremlin.
Ah, that would be cool. And if he can kill him one hit.
Right.
Which,
and
he probably won't. But, you never know.
What he's going to do is he's going to move out of the zone and then enchant Kralathor. Or Rouse the Beast. So that the jelly can't... So the jelly can't hit him.
Yeah.
The other thing we could see is a Barks can get reapplied. And we could see a teleport on Kralathor to go attack the Raptor.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. If we
since it only has 2 life left.
Yeah, I mean, that's an ideal Devourer right there.
And then all of a sudden, the growth marker gives him 3 more health and melee +1, so the next Devour is easier.
Yeah.
But the important thing for the Druid right now is to either destroy this jelly right now or stay out of its way.
Just let it sort of chomp things and continue its path. Yeah.
And then deal with it last. So he either needs to focus the jelly down or deal with it last. And I think the correct move right now is dealing with it last.
This is kind of the ideal time for Jason here because he's had these seedling pods just sort of growing. And I think this is kind of when the Cemetery, we see its power be at its sort of top right now, which is perfect because all of Farkas' creatures are right in front of him. And, I mean, basically, if you look at it, it's 16 mana on Jason, 6 on this, so basically 22, an additional 3. It's basically 25 mana to sort of distribute as you wish.
Right, and for 8 mana, you can get 2 more creatures right now.
Yeah.
A Raptor Vine and a Vine Snapper.
That's great.
And then Vine Snapper rouses for 2, and Seedling Pod deploys for 2, and Falcon Precision is 5. So that's fine.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool way to sort of get creatures out in this game. And I like how the beetles are basically tanking it long enough because they're such a threat, and to allow these pods to do that.
Yeah, I think his wave 2 choices are going to be critical.
Yeah. Yes, I agree, because that's exactly what's happening now. It's wave 2. We see the Raptor Vine does come out, basically paying 3 mana for it, and another Raptor Vine comes out.
Okay, double Raptor Vine. All right.
I am not against double Raptor Vine. That is an awesome pick there. And a Seedling Pod also comes out as well. Where's he going to put it? He's going to put it towards the gate. Interesting. Okay.
He's going to destroy a vine for that and then deploy a vine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm guessing
So
that's what he did. All right, and suddenly we have another 2 level 3 creatures out for the Druid. Nothing has come out for the Wizard, just has 5 mana on the gate. Raptor Vines.
first quick cast.
So Raptor Vines do high damage. They don't have much life, or armor, I should say, but that Vampire trait really keeps them alive. You got to commit to kill them, but that's the problem, is it's hard to. I'm guessing a Bark Skin is about to be reapplied here.
Wonder if he's having trouble here.
I wonder what the card is. Oh, attached.
Right,
Okay.
so it works. He should actually. Is that right?
What?
I think he paid 4 for that.
You pay 2 mana. And you pay 2 mana to cheap your stats.
So he paid 9. Yeah, I think he's. No, I think he's right. I think he's right. So it was 9 for creatures, and then 4 for. Yeah, 9 for creatures, 2 for pod, and then 2 more for enchantment.
Cool. Just want to make sure because you're bringing it up.
Yep, I was wrong.
It's no.
And
it's better to check and make sure than it to be a problem later.
And he's gonna punch.
All right. So it doesn't want to commit that Kralthor to get that Devour. That's totally fine. That punch is going to finish off this Raptor. Good thing, because if he didn't, it would have been a problem.
Yeah, he would have taken a serious amount of damage.
So the Raptor Vine does go. Or, sorry, Raptor Vine. Lightning Raptor. There's so many Raptors in this game. Does get on. I think he got value out of that.
The Lightning Raptor?
Yeah. He did a good amount of damage everywhere. Took some hits.
Yeah, with the Meridia's Blessing gone, then he's got a fighting chance with his creatures here.
Yeah.
It's going to depend on how long this jelly survives, though.
So we won't see any rouses.
Right.
So these Raptor Vines are basically stationary for the next round. So I guess we could see 2 Gremlins come in and converge on Kralthor or the Tree Zone. We could see something out of the Devouring Jelly if he wants to teleport it or whatever. I guess it could attack a pod.
But, I'm betting that the Gremlin up north there goes in and hits the beetle. That's what I think is going to happen.
I wouldn't even mind focusing on a Raptor Vine. I mean, 10 dice is not that hard to get right now for Farkas.
The beetle is closer to dead, though.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to commit to that beetle, which is a good choice. And he's going to get 3 damage, and that's going to kill him. So there you go.
That'll be a dead beetle.
That was smart. And again, that's kind of the strengths of the beetles, and not they tank so much until you get unlucky, and this was just that time.
So Farkas can pass here if he wants to.
I guess if you look at beetles as just being resilient, because in a lot of ways that's kind of what they are. Looks like a man's going to get added to the seething pod. Out of the order that you recommended, I'm going to point out.
Yeah, I don't know what he's planning to do. He might be saying that the other one's dead, so if he puts a mana on it, it doesn't matter.
I mean, if he moved up, he could take out this Raptor Vine, like, right now. Which is another level 3 creature down. And then you'd also have a Kralthor that does nothing for a round.
Kralthor is going to hit whatever doesn't move right now.
Okay, that's a good point. So probably if you have a teleport, just move that up, the Devouring Jelly, just so you have a dodge chance.
He might attack the seedling pod. Wait for the Raptors to come to him. Because, I mean, Jason has to pay to get those to move.
Looks like he's just going to retreat. Okay. That's an interesting choice. And we see Crowther. I personally think he should be getting aggressive right now, but you know, maybe he has some cards for his gate that we don't see right now. The defenses
These
rolled.
gremlins have not been
Yeah,
dodging anything.
this is the non-dodgy gremlins because we see so many good ones. 3 damage on this gremlin, putting it to 4 out of 7. And this gremlin does get to act here. And then we have the wizard. And it looks like probably another
Giant size is my
probably
guess.
another giant size. That'd be pretty consistent.
The question is, what is he going to do with it?
Oh, it's a Sanguine Thirst. Okay, it'll keep it alive, and with that dodge, you have to sort of commit. And he's going to attack the Krelthor. That's fine. He has piercing 1, so basically no armor. Interesting choice. I got the Devouring Jelly out then.
2. He's going to heal 2.
Okay.
Kralthor is going to heal 2, so nothing really.
Yeah, it sort of evens out there. I almost think that guarding with the jelly would have been a better action here.
Well, the jelly can't counterstrike, so.
Oh, it's a full action, isn't it? Good
Yeah.
point. Wizard does have an action here. Let's see what happens.
I mean, if he just lightning bolts that Kralthor right now.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, even an Arcane Zap would just be passive damage to make sure you can have it stick.
Yeah, if that Kralthor dies, I think Craig is in a tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, these raptors die pretty quick to wizards. That being said, it's probably not going to die.
Oh, he's not going to kill it this turn, but it's going to get close.
But it is going to be his initiative next round, so.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's 5 damage.
Yeah, that's.
Like, it only has 4 health left.
I mean, it does have armor, so it's going to be 4.
Oh, so it has 5 health left.
Yeah, I mean, that's still. And it'll go down to 6, so, you know, it's.
That's still
a decent amount.
1 combo away, you know?
I'll probably want to attack the blue gremlin just to make sure you get that vampiric trait. And then probably an attack spell or... I mean, even a zap might even do it.
I think this is mostly why I would have waited with Tattery, because you could have chosen to heal Kralthor.
That's a good point, yeah.
Like, that extra mana right now is not what you need. What you need is creatures that live through stuff.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that, man.
I think if you can feasibly pass, you should, is my general rule.
Yeah, especially with Tattery. I mean, I guess if you look at Tattery kind of like a Bimshala, it's kind of better in some ways, but like, it's like, do you want to heal or mana? And maybe it's not the same choice, but I mean, the healing I think would have been more advantageous. Like, if he's gonna focus his pod down, it doesn't matter if it has a mana or not. All right, and Jason's gonna probably choose to tree gen 2 damage off his druid. We might see a Bark's King get revealed.
I don't think he needs to.
I doubt it. I don't think he needs to either. It's a waste of mana.
I want to see some support for this Kralthor.
Yeah. And it is going to be Farkas' initiative. He has 8 mana on the gate and 18 mana in his pool, so he could probably cast pretty much whatever he wants out of that.
Yeah.
That being said, he does have initiative, so if he can do 7 damage, or I'm sorry, not 7. Yeah, I'm right, 7. To Kralthor, that will kill it.
Yeah, and that'll be a serious blow.
I mean, a bowler will do it, with the reroll.
Yeah. I mean, statistically, it'll take care of it because of the Hawkeye.
And Jason does have to keep worrying about this gremlin in the back. I mean, I guess this Raptor Vine can attack it, but if this other one has to go in to help out, that's 2 raptors that's not with this Kralthor. And splitting apart your creatures like that can get bad.
Yeah. No, I think Farkas needs to keep these 3 creatures separated and destroy them one at a time.
And looks like,
you've still got the teleport on the gremlins, so they can go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So you can focus fire.
And we do also see a Sealing Pod has a card on it. Looks like Jason's saying, I need to get these things out as quick as possible. So he's like, let's do this, and the sealing pod is planned on this Samara. That's probably going to reinforce whatever when this comes out with another one. And yeah, here's a creature on the gate too.
That should be a Gorgon Archer.
Oh, Gorgon will be so good right now. Meredias is gone. It's gonna be tough for the Druid to start removing stuff. Isn't there like a? Is it a ring that
Yeah,
removes?
Druid has a ring that can remove conditions from
That's
plants.
right. I like never see that, but
Yeah,
would
I doubt he has it.
yeah, it would actually be advantageous against it, but you know, Gorgon Archer does get come out.
Yep, that's a good play. I like it.
I mean, a rouse wouldn't be bad, and it looks like the
Wall of
Thorns.
Thorns.
There's no armor on the. Oh, there's no armor on the wizard. This is one of those things that you don't really see out of the Vine Tree Druids, is you don't see Wall of Thorns get spawned during deployment.
Yep, because it's not a vine spell.
Yeah, so it's sort of a cool little tactic there. Are we gonna see some armor?
Force push.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy. I mean, obviously it blocks line of sight, so that means this Gorgon can't hit it. This Devouring Jelly can't do anything. And he can't Arcane Zap it. So maybe that's a saving against the Kralothor. Maybe he wants to heal it now during first quick cast. Regardless, that might really mess up Farkas' plans.
Yep. No, that's a good play. And it's important to note that the Sealing Pod can cast a wall on any side of the zone it's in.
Yep.
So.
That being said, this wall should die decently fast.
Oh, yeah. One hit from a jelly could do it.
And he's remembering Tree Gen. It's not the right time to do it, but he's asking Farkas if that's okay. It's up to Farkas. And I would not blame him if he said no. I know it's all about like yeah, he says this, but that's good sportsmanship. But I wouldn't blame him if he said no.
In a tournament setting, you got to remember they are perfectly within their rights to say no, you forgot.
Yeah. That being said, the Wizard's going, I guess we're going to take down this wall. He might be afraid of a force push, and that would do some serious damage to him.
Yep, and that indicates that it might be a rust
5 damage
on the wizard.
It's all crit too. That would have hurt the Kralothor so bad.
Yep, that blocked line of sight is really good right now.
All right, well, it needs 6 in order to die. Looks like the Druid is going to take advantage, and we're going to see a force push. And we do see a force push, 6 mana going down. This is going to go through. Ton of dice. Going to be rolled against the wizard here. Interesting enough, Farkas isn't at damage, so this may not be what really kills him here. And yeah, it's going to be 10 dice against him. Because it's level. Or 2 dice per level, that's 1.
Yep.
And it looks like 10
4
out of 10
blanks.
Dice. Out of 10 dice, 8 damage going through. A little bit under average, about 20%. So, yeah. It wasn't a bad roll. Actually, it was pretty bad. It was bad.
It could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
And now this is going to force the wizard's action to move out, and that's bad because it's going to be Jason's initiative next round, and if he doesn't have armor prepped, even if he does, there's this rust here. And there could be a setup here to teleport him back, so next round he can push him through again.
And, next time it could be 15 damage.
Yep.
It's just, dice will be dice.
And because this one sealing pod is here, by the way, it could spawn another Wall of Thorns if this one gets destroyed this round.
That's true.
Which is actually a pretty cool play. And it looks like this gremlin is having none of that.
Yeah.
Destroying it right now. This is actually risky. If he gets blanks, okay, cool. He does take it out.
It's fine. And he only gets sanguine thirst off of creatures, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, even if he was only planning to throw the wizard through the wall, he has succeeded in saving his Kralothor.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Which, using 3 mana off a seething pod to do that is worth it. And
Stranglebind.
Wow. Cool, man. I dig that.
Wow.
I don't see a lot of Stranglevines right now, just because a lot of the DOT strategies aren't being used. But this is one of those great cards that you have to deal with it, or it will grow and kill you.
This could also have come out of a seedling pot.
Yep, that is true. I love the art for Stranglevine.
Why is he readying his quick cast marker? He doesn't know.
Yeah, he's I want to do it. Okay, so we have a jelly here. Not going to probably be able to attack anything with this pod. Arguably, it should move to the left. But
I think killing that pod might be a good move.
I could see that. I mean, good thing there's a Gorgon Archer here because there's at least some damage to put somewhere next round. And it looks like he's going to punch his Krelthor. It looks like he wants to take it out. I'm surprised he's doing that, actually.
Lightning bolt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not a punch. He had too much mana for that to be a punch. Ooh, bad roll. See if he rolls the effect or if he rolls the damage.
What would you do?
Damage, probably.
He decided to reroll the effect, and he gets a 2 on that. Oh, that is 4 damage against the Krelthor, so it's at 13 or 10 out of 13, which is pretty good. But I guess we do have this gremlin up here that could attack this Krelthor.
That's true.
You know,
that's dangerous.
It's a little risky. And Jason can move one of these raptors into the zone.
He's got 1 mana. If that gremlin can get 3 out of 3 dice, then that Krelthor is dead. So
it has piercing 1. I mean, you know,
yeah.
So
if you're Jason right now, if you're Jason,
guard goes down though. Okay.
There you go. I was wondering if you would do that.
Yep. That was smart. He's really trying to make sure regen works.
There's no reason to not move that gremlin now because the only thing that Raptorvine can do is attack that gremlin.
Yeah.
Raptorvines are amazing cards too because they get hit and then they hit back and regen it.
Immediately heal.
Yeah.
They're so dirty.
I think I might attack the seedling pod with that jelly.
I wouldn't blame him. He's gonna move in. I mean,
the other thing is to set up to kill the Stranglevine. Like he could totally set up to kill the Stranglevine.
Yeah, I mean he's thinking about it, you know.
But a wizard should have a teleport in there and get rid of it anyway. But
that would be what I would expect out of that. This Raptorvine's gonna try to kill this gremlin here. It's probably gonna fail here.
No, failed its defense again. Oh man!
Freaking failed. 5 damage.
Wow.
Oh, it's brutal to see.
And now you don't want to move that gremlin out of there.
I mean, what do you hit, man? You know, if you hit the tree, I guess it could stick a little, but jeez.
That gremlin is either gotta just run. I think.
I guess he could hit the Stranglevine.
No, because there's a guard.
You can't guard a conjuration like that.
You can't guard it from the person it's attached to. But you can guard it from other creatures, right?
No. You're allowed to hit Stranglevines if it's not an ally.
I don't know if I would have done that.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Now Prowlathor can come in there and just eat you.
Yeah, it's a little out of a move.
That is a misplay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call it right now. That's a misplay.
Yeah.
And then Prowlathor goes in and eats that guy and gets 3 health. Oh no, you need to kill the gremlin. That's another misplay.
He smells blood, man. That's what he wants to do.
Oh, he would have killed the gremlin, man.
You might be right, actually.
He would get, not only would he get away from the archer, but he would kill the gremlin, gain a melee, and gain 3 health.
It has no defense. You might as well.
And it has no defense ready for it.
Yeah.
Oh, you kill the gremlin. So
I think you might be right about the guard and the Stranglevine, by the way.
I'm pretty sure I'm right on that.
Because I'm pretty sure you can't stop yourself from attacking something attached to yourself, but I think you're right. I don't think you can. I think you can stop something from attacking something else when it has something attached to itself when it's friendly.
Yeah, the rule is that you can always
Yeah.
attack yourself.
Yeah, or something attached to yourself.
Oh my gosh. That gremlin should be dead.
It is what it is.
Of course, see, when I play Kralathor, I want to get him as beefy as possible, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's my focus.
Oh no,
Once
I'm
he's
sorry.
got,
It's Tanglevines. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish your thought. Let me just go for it.
well, once he's got 2 or 3 growth markers on him, he's unkillable.
Yep. Yep.
Especially if you
and then
invest in a Rhino Hive.
He's rolling extra melee,
Right.
which that's
He's
basically
rolling
an
like
extra mana.
7 dice.
Yeah. So
That was one of my favorite games I ever played. I lost it to 4 boulders from a priestess, but I had a Kralathor that had like 5 growth stacks.
It's crazy when you get that.
And I one shot a Guardian Angel.
Yep.
With a Kralathor. It was disgusting. But yeah, no, getting Kralathor away from that Gorgon Archer, killing that Gremlin, I think is very, very important. Like that should have happened. And I think Kralathor is going to die for that. And that's going to be a big blow to Jason's strategy here.
I agree with you on that. And this Gremlin should be dead. Now gets a chance to dodge something else, maybe taking 2 actions.
Right.
Or it could just, just keep on living and keep on throwing dice. And I'm guessing we're going to see a teleport go down to get rid of that Stranglevine. Just because Farkas is now at 12 damage. I wonder if we're going to see something more defensive now, because it's clearly a shift into attacking the wizard. Which, man, there's still so many threats out. I don't agree with Jason's choice on that, but
right.
He is driving this how he wants to. We do see a sealing pod go down. Something on the sealing pod. Something is on the Smear Tree. So we could see something come out of those. Jason's only at 11 mana, so it's not a ton of mana, but it's not a low amount. So we'll have to wait and see that.
Yeah, he doesn't have the mana to do another force push.
Yep.
And still do other useful things with his action.
Agreed. And even then, you're kind of hoping that there's a teleport that goes down. I guess that upkeep does kind of factor a pretty big thing.
Yeah, it'll keep doing some significant damage. Question in the chat, can you teleport or lesser teleport a rooted creature? Yes, you can. You cannot lesser teleport a restrained creature, though.
You can.
Well, with a Tanglevine creature.
It's specifically attached conjurations you can't do. But yeah.
Yeah, if it has an attached conjuration.
That's probably one of the most common things is people trying to lesser teleport a Tanglevine creature.
And it specifically says you can't do that. Another Wall of Thorns. And he's just... Okay, so he's just getting rid of the Gorgon.
I mean, it's going to take probably 2 shots in order to actually take this out, so you're going to need to commit something else to it.
That's decent.
I mean, he spent 2 men off of his mage to do that. So, to block 1 or 2 shots, compare that to like a block or a defend or a dodge or something.
Does that... I don't think the Leaf Ring works with that.
What did he do? No, it's when she casts it, by the way.
Oh, Wall of Thorns is 5. I thought Wall of Thorns was 6.
Oh, yeah. And Burst of Thorns is going to go down. Looks like he wants to attack the wizard here with it. We are seeing some aggression go down here. And it's going to roll 6 damage and a bleed.
Wow.
Bam.
That's deadly.
This no armor wizard, and he didn't, of course, use a Voltaic Shield. This no armor wizard is really starting to get up there in damage.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have chosen to not put on my shield this round.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's planning to teleport. And
I hope he plans some defensive stuff because he's going to need it.
Yeah.
That being said, if everything is focused on the wizard and Farkas does manage to take out the threats, then he's going to be in a pretty good spot.
It's true. I mean, he's
Assuming he's
still
not
got
dead.
an uphill battle against the druid, but
Assuming he's not dead. Yeah. I guess I wouldn't mind seeing like a quick cast, teleport, double move. Although, do we know if he has a nullify on him? Possibly.
right, he put some armor on,
And he gets bleed.
and he needs to put a bleed on. That's right.
Dragon scale. Interesting choice to choose the Dragon Scale Hauberk as your armor as a wizard. Usually we used to see that very common. Nowadays people have been like, I'll just stick to in school, just because they rely more on the armor than the minus traits.
Right, and with Elemental Cloak in school for the wizard, like you don't really need the.
Yeah, right. Like, why do you need flame -4? You know, like it's
But I mean, obviously
good,
he's not
but
planning to put on a ton of armor.
yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that.
So.
That being said, Dragon Scale is a really good choice. Really, any armor is a good choice. Look, and that's going to be his quick cast. So, definitely no regrowth or Iron Vine is going down.
Yeah, I expected a teleport of some kind.
Just to get out of the way of these threats. Is what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
although, he could be saving the teleport for later.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him for that.
Just so he doesn't get re-manipulated into a losing position.
He's got 6 mana, so...
Yeah, although if he takes too much damage here...
No piercing, so he's going to take 2 damage here.
Unless he reveals a rust.
Ooh. Yep, there it is.
There's the rust.
That was such an early plan.
Yeah.
Man, that came out a long time ago. But it does pay off now, an extra 2 damage. And I mean, you pay 5 mana for it. He already got 2 damage out of it, so it's starting to get there. That's going to put Farkas at 10 life away from death.
Yeah, this is pretty dangerous.
And he does have a bleed, so it's at least 9 during upkeep.
He's going to attack Kralathor, probably.
There's no guard. I think Kralathor would be the best choice. I mean, you might one-shot it here.
Yeah, it might be curtains for Kralathor here.
He does get 2 corrodes, and he's going to kill it. There it goes. Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
That was a nice hit.
Dead Kralathor. And that Kralathor would not have been dead if it had killed the gremlin.
And this is kind of that dangerous part for Jason here, because if he loses all these creatures, yeah, he still has the tree and his druid around, but like we could see a slow just taking over to death. 3 dice against the wizard here. It's going to deal 3 damage.
Yep.
That's a good hit. Now that the wizard's actions, or the druid's actions are gone, let's see if we see a teleport now.
Yeah.
If he chooses to stick it out, then more power to you, man.
I mean, he doesn't need to move now.
No.
I mean, what's Tattery going to do? Zap him?
2 damage.
Could do 2 damage, I guess, but...
Well, he's going to use his gremlin first. Probably doesn't want to... He doesn't want to get hit by that raptor vine.
Yeah. No, that's a good choice.
What is he going to hit, though?
Druid. Well, Druid's at 0. I don't know. Maybe the Raptor Vine.
You can't reveal Barkskin, so...
Yeah, maybe you just kill the Raptor Vine.
He's paying a mana.
Oh, he's going to kill the wall.
Thorn. I guess if he takes it out, he can get a bow attack.
Yeah, he can. And that's not too bad of a move.
And he probably wants to get the Sanguine Thirst to actually do something. Gets 2 damage.
Yeah. He could Arcane Zap the wall if he wanted to, but I think that'd be a waste.
Ooh. And now he can't teleport 2.
Yeah. But it's his initiative next turn. He only needs to teleport 1.
That's true. He also can't cast like Regrowth Belt on himself now. So it takes away some of those regen opportunities.
I would have expected
Tattery's going in.
Jason to
Let's see.
Put an Astral Anchor down.
Astral Anchor would have been a good choice. All right, well, Tattery rolls 1 and gets 0. I, for some reason, always see 1 die roll 0. I don't know why. I just see that all the time.
Yeah, happens a lot.
It's just so weird, you know?
So that Raptor Vine can't move because Jason has no mana.
Yep, it's going to have to chill. And this gremlin really wants to kill this thing. I don't blame him. I guess if you get the weaks down, and he does kill it.
Yes, he kills it.
I guess if you get the weaks down on the druid, or guess the Raptor Vine. Then you sort of neuter all the problems here.
Yeah, I would imagine shooting the Raptor Vine is the plan.
Yeah, just because 1 or 2 weeks can just make you not worry about it.
Yeah.
This point where I freaking regret attacking the Tatter instead of healing the wall. Always
I
heal, man. Always
I
heal.
hope he watches this and regrets not killing that gremlin with Crow.
That's the gremlin play. We could have had 2 dead gremlins now. In
Yeah.
that case. And we do. Of
If
course,
he had killed the gremlin, it wouldn't have been around to kill the wall.
Tattery could have still done that 1 dice hero attack. But you would have felt more confident. Okay. I think Farkas is thinking. He's probably thinking either what to attack with the Gorgon or next round already.
I think he should attack the Raptor Vine and then see if he can kill it with Arcane Zap.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be bad at all.
I mean, that's 8 dice.
8 dice, 4 of those have reroll. 0 armor.
Yeah, and it's only going to regen 1, and you can kill it before it does anything to you next.
That's true too. Oh man, taking out that other Raptor Vine. Oh, it would take so much dice off the field.
Yeah, I mean, he would have nothing to worry about except the Stranglevine.
Yeah, and he's going to take what?
4? Is it 3? 3 damage?
I think it's 2 because it's going to be 2 tokens, right? Yeah, 2 damage. Because you take 1 the first, 2 the second, 3 the third.
Okay, so 2 damage.
But it's going to go up to what is that? 6 plus 4, so it's going to be at 10 life. Math.
Yeah.
We're mathing live.
Yeah, he's going to have to teleport to get out of it.
Which is fine. If he doesn't have teleport in his wizard, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, he hasn't. He's used 1 to get the jelly over. I would expect him to have at least 1 more, if not 2 or 3.
Well, he's going to commit the Arcane Zap first. He rolls 4 dice. He gets 3. I expect him to reroll
that. Yeah, since it has no armor.
Oh.
I would reroll it.
I mean, you might as well go for average. Like, statistically, you will roll higher, so... And he gets 3. All right.
He's 3.
Meant
All
to
right.
get 3.
And the archer could kill it, theoretically.
Yeah.
It's a very small chance,
it could.
but at least you'll get enough damage on it to kill it next round.
4 dice here. All right, well, he's getting 3-2 off that. But he doesn't weak.
So it'll be half health and less attack dice next round. It's not too bad.
A little unfortunate, but you know what happens.
I am very surprised that we did not see a teleport from
me too,
Farkas this round.
He probably wasn't expecting the bleed to happen, so he's going to take 3 damage during upkeep because of that. It'll be at 28 out of 32.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Ooh, and with 0 armor on, that's brutal.
Yep. I mean, even just a regen would have gotten rid of the bleed.
Yeah. Just anything, you know. Iron Vine, regen belts.
Although if he quick casts a 9, like a heal spell, for a good amount, then he might still have a good shot at this.
I mean, he should definitely teleport because taking 3 damage next round. I mean, okay, so let's talk about that really quick. So it costs 2 upkeep here, and it's going to cost 3 next round. So you slowly make the druid not be able to keep up. So I guess there could be this weird window where he doesn't have enough mana to keep pushing out new creatures, and then if the Stranglevine goes away because of all the upkeep, then you suddenly have a lot of threat and he doesn't. But I don't know. That's towing a very thin line to try to get the victory.
Yeah.
You know.
No, if he gets a good heal off right now, I think Jason is done.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
There's just not enough dice on the field for him, and he has not been preserving his creatures very well.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Farkas has only lost, 2 creatures at this point, and they've been relatively weak ones.
I think it was a raptor and a gremlin.
And that jelly is still 5 dice with a potential of 7 damage.
I mean, the jelly might just one-shot the raptor and be done with it. I mean, he has a very good chance of doing that.
Yeah, and the archer is just gonna make it harder and harder to do damage to the
Yeah.
wizard.
Voltaic
There's the
shield
Voltaic shield. And that's a good
smart
choice.
move. I'm sure I'm sure he's kicking himself last round over not doing that.
Well, it depends on what he wants to pull off this round. He might need all of his mana.
That's true.
You know what's funny is if Tatari attacks the wizard and does any damage, the shield goes away.
Oh my god. That's so true. I would love to see Tattery get the finishing blow.
No, that would be stupid.
Maybe with the bear strength on. Just because the visual of like
you would totally do that to him.
The muscle butterfly moving in, being like, yeah, I have muscles on my antennas. And they're gonna kill you. My magic burst is enhanced by bear.
Oh, some things just shouldn't be allowed.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna be going into the next deployment here. Nothing coming out for Jason.
Looks like he's not gonna Burst of Thorns again either.
It's an indicator that he definitely wants, to have some sort of 10 mana for something specific. We'll have to wait and see what that is. I mean, could it be a Wall of Thorns? Yeah, it could be a Wall of Thorns and a Force Push.
It could be. That might finish the wizard. And he'd have to roll that manually because the shield would block one of those attacks.
We're going to see something go down. It's going to be a minor heal.
There's a heal.
The promo minor heal. Or the original minor heal, I should say. But, and he gets 8 healing out of the 5 dice. Dang.
Wow.
That was great. I mean, you said a good heal, and there it is right there, man.
It's true. He does not get rid of the bleed, though.
Yeah, you have to choose.
Well, he chooses not to. He just decided to heal 8.
I don't agree with not getting rid of that. Maybe as a regenerate or something, but I don't know. Maybe he's thinking he might die this round, so he needs every point he can get.
What? Another enchantment going down on the wizard, huh? I wonder if that's Poison Blood a little bit too late.
Or Nullify.
Nullify would keep him right there. Yeah. That's true.
I mean, it'd be smart either way if he didn't heal. Or if he did. You know what I mean. Alright, we're going to action phases here. Now, what is he going to kill this raptor with?
I'd use the jelly.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably going to get corrode, so you basically have to roll 4 damage on 5 dice.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do here. And this would eliminate 4 dice, which is very good for you.
Yep.
He's going to add a guard token.
Oh, I don't agree. I don't agree.
At all. Now Tattery gets a chance to do something, and with a 3-up defense, that's a great guard breaker.
Yep, he's going to hit the guard.
That's exactly what he's going to do. Okay. And doesn't get any damage. And let's see, does he get a 3-up?
He doesn't need to. He doesn't get a.
Oh, you're right. He doesn't get a counter strike.
He doesn't get a counter strike. So he just wasted 5 dice this turn.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. All right. Well, we're gonna
hope to get another week.
I guess the Tattery can't take out the Voltaic shield now.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But the raptor could have been dead.
The raptor, exactly. And he gets 4 damage. Does get a weak. So that puts him down to what, 2 dice?
3
dice. I mean, it has vampiric, so. Oh. And Voltaic shield. I mean, it probably won't really heal that much off of this because of the.
No,
Voltaic
it'll get 1.
Yeah, it doesn't even heal any.
Doesn't even get any.
But it did take out the shield. I mean, they both have 3 dice, so it was going to be one of the other,
Yeah.
I guess. In this
But that
case.
one of those living gremlins could go and kill that raptor vine right now.
Would you choose the Sanguine Thirst one or the not?
Nah, I
No.
would choose the weak one.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I guess
Sanguine Thirst one can only heal 1 damage.
Yep. And it looks like he's thinking, yeah, he's gonna do this. Even if it heals 1, it's still not bad. It's not optimal, but it is what it is. Yep, and that's a dead raptor, and this is gonna shift a lot of the power away from Jason here.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that Jason is about to lose here, even though
I mean,
Farkas has 20 damage.
let's see another enchantment, and we're gonna start seeing poison bloods, nullifies.
I wonder if there's an arcane corruption. That would be cool.
Oh, that'd be interesting. And we got one more gremlin here. I mean, really, whatever it attacks, it's probably not going to do much. If it goes at the Stranglevine, I think that's a bad choice. Just because I think Teleport would be better.
And he's going to attack the Tanglevine.
Yeah.
All right. It's got 10 health right now.
I mean, as I said, like, it is draining Jason's mana every round with that upkeep. But at the same time, it's like, you got to worry about your damage when you're at 20.
And it doesn't have regenerate, so...
Yeah, it just gains life. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, well, we got 4.
Alright, so 6 more damage and it's gone.
Basically 2 rounds worth of life gain. And I think that's the end of the round. We got this Raptor.
Wizard still has an action.
Oh yeah, we have Raptor Vine. What am I saying, guys? I'm gonna see a double move here, and this is probably gonna be a dead Raptor Vine next round, but it does have initiative, so we'll probably see a hit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of that Voltaic Shield again, probably.
Yep. Tattery would be a good choice there. My guess is that's why he guarded with the Devouring Jelly, just to make sure Tattery didn't get rid of it by itself. Whether or not that was a good choice, you know.
I don't know.
I mean, Farkas, I think both these players are probably, like, in a drain right now. He's going to punch this thing. In a sort of mental drain right now, because there's been a lot going on in this match where lots of heavily focused areas have happened. And I think these kind of mistakes start happening after that, which is very normal in competitive play.
Is he waiting for him to move it?
I think he can't target it. Yeah, it is.
You can just manual roll.
It's all good. I have 3 dice against it. Gets 2 damage.
Yep. I mean, it's half health.
I still think a teleport would have been more appropriate.
He got his Akiro's favor.
Okay, got 4.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's
8
true.
out of, looks like next round's going to be up to 12.
12, yep.
So he can take care of it next round.
He's taking a lot of damage on it, though.
Yeah.
He's taking 6 damage by the end of next.
Brutal. Which, I mean, 6 damage for a ton of mana. I guess that was good, but I don't know. As I said, when you're at 20 damage. And now he has to think maybe he can't actually heal.
All right, it is attached.
And that's the end of the round.
Yep.
I mean, if Jason just has some good attack spells, he could just focus him down. Oh, the Drown, it gets revealed.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen this card in competitive play. And the Poison Blood. Dude. Rock on, man. He paid 4 points for this Drown.
And a Suffocate marker is 2 damage, right?
I believe it is. That's right. And I want to say that it's on the card, right? Yeah, the Drown game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's life -2 specifically.
Right. So he's going to be paying 3 upkeep for Stranglevine, 1 upkeep for Drown.
Mm-hmm.
He's still got enough for a boulder.
And we're going to see Farkas then go up to 24 damage.
20. Yes, because of the bleed.
Yep. That's right.
And that's 24 out of 30.
30. Yep. Jeez. Ugh. He just needs 6 dice. If he has a boulder, use it now, you know?
Well, Voltaic Shield's going to get in the way.
Okay, that's true, yeah. Yeah, Drown's one of those spells that's like, it's really good at like just killing off weaker creatures. Like, you know, if they have some sort of like mass enchant, like Timberwolf or something, it's sort of like if you just drown it, it's nice at just reducing their damage a ton. It's a little expensive for anyone but the Siren to use.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a tough card to use right, is how I look at Drown.
I would use it on Tattery.
Yeah, yeah, Tatter would be a good choice. Obviously, like Philella, you know, those types of
Right.
creatures. I mean, you know, if you look at the cost, it's 2, 1. So if you spend what, like, maybe 5, 6 extra mana, you can take out most lower level creatures.
Yeah, the problem with that is though that they've been running amok for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So that they've already gotten their value.
If you can deal 6 damage, just with an attack spell, you might
Right.
as well just do that.
Yeah. Or if you could eat a gremlin with Kralathor.
Oh, Krelthor. I mean, so basically, Farkas is not in a good spot here. He can't heal. He can get more armor, but the direct damage is going to sort of just kill him next round. Minus, I think he needs 1 damage. You know, something like that.
Oh, right. If all this stuff stays on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Let's see. The drown would be reduce him to 28, and yeah, he'd take 5 damage.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to do anything.
Yep.
He just needs to keep him from healing.
Yep.
And dispelling.
I guess a purge magic would make sense here.
Like I would totally put a nullify on the wizard right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he has quick cast. That would probably actually wouldn't ensure
Well,
he would win, but
yeah, you'd have to protect the enchantments though. That's the problem.
if you nullify, you can protect from purge, but destroy magic would still work.
Nullify would protect from teleport. As well.
I think, yeah, purge magic targets the creature, I think.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But nullify would also protect from teleport, so that the Stranglevine would do more damage.
That is fair. That could be the other way.
So
nullify is just a good choice.
A nullify would be a good choice right now.
That's funny. I actually don't normally like nullify, but it would be really good here. And this drown is like, as I said, I don't see it much, but Jason's just pulling all these cards that I just don't see a lot. That's really paying off for him.
Well, it's still really dicey right now.
And from the chat, Drayfan says, I didn't like the poison blood reveal because he had no regen. And if he wasted a heal, that would have been really nice. I totally agree with you on
that. You're probably just going to get it Seeking Dispelled, though.
That's
we do not see a Voltaic Shield go down.
This is part of a game. Like right now,
that is not a good choice, in my opinion.
This could be an attack spell right here. And if it is, that's probably over. If Farkas doesn't have a teleport, then this raptor will probably kill him. Like, there's just so many ways to die right here.
Burst of Thorns.
It probably won't kill him here, but or it will. Okay, well,
five crit and a bleed, right?
He's at 29, 2 bleed. Yeah, this is probably over.
Yep, it sure is. I don't. Let's see. He'd have to get rid of the poison blood and heal for a lot.
Oh, he has to be duels Voltaic. Oh, he forgot about it.
I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point.
I can understand why Jason would deny it. I mean, As I said,
Yeah,
in a tournament game, I totally understand.
yeah, I totally agree with this. I totally agree with this. But
Oh my
you know,
god.
if he wants to, then I would say they have to go back to planning.
Oh my god. I mean, if they ask judges, I'm gonna say no because you didn't. I'll be the bad guy. Yeah, Jason says okay. The sportsmanship. I'm gonna say it again. He's allowing it to happen. So basically, he's gonna reduce it down to what? How much damage did he roll? He's gonna take 2 damage. He's still dead during upkeep. Like, plan a different card after that great roll. Are you kidding me? Oh man. Either way,
I think it's over.
I think it's over, man. Yeah, Destroy Magic is 18, so yeah.
If he purges himself right now,
Purge would
he's
work.
got he has to purge and teleport.
Or, I'm sorry, Purge is or Destroy Magic is 16. My bad.
He would have to remove or
No, if he purged and teleport, he would take he would take two. He would take 4 damage. Or no, I'm sorry, he takes 6 total because you have to minus 2 life, and he'd still be dead.
I have no idea what's going on here.
I'm gonna let them decide. It's 2 damage and a bleed if they want my opinion.
Yeah, that's what
You
I
know what
would
I
say.
mean? Like,
I would say 2 damage and a bleed.
you're at 29. Are they choosing to say that the shield doesn't work on the
I
Curse of
think
Thorns?
I think what Jason is saying is that he gets the burst off and then the shield's active.
Oh, because he wants to say I'm allowing it, so okay, but
This is I'm fine with just stepping in here and calling it because
honestly, it's not gonna matter either way. He's dead either way. Oh my god.
yeah, there's a lot of miscommunication going on here.
He's at 20. Oh my god. 29. Yeah,
If
they
we're
have
gonna
this.
retro it, it should be 26 and 2 bleeds. But tournament rules, he did not actually activate the shield, so he's at 29
That's
with two
kind of why I'm
bleeds.
like, if they want to do all these things without calling a judge, I don't care what they choose because at this point they're not calling it. We agree to five. Oh my god, this conversation. I mean, if you want to step in, that's fine. I just would rather have them because if they're gonna
I mean,
change
if
it,
they
then
start yelling at each other, then I'll
yeah.
say something.
Either
But
way, I think this game is over. Yeah, the Purge is 12. Destroy Magic is 16. Um,
I think they're talking past each other right now.
so is Voltaic Shield active then? Yeah, it is
So,
active.
so what they're doing is they're
Okay.
saying take 5 and a bleed and then activate Voltaic Shield. So,
As I said, it's over either way. So yeah, I mean, Purge versus Destroy, it's a really interesting choice. Like, generally, obviously, you don't want to run your own enchantments if you have Destroy, but it is super nice for just anyone that runs tons of enchantments, their curses, and all that sort of stuff. Just getting rid of it. It is also a range on that, which is pretty good. Purge is still range 1 to 0, but it's cheaper and it's super good against any sort of DOT. But if they ever do any sort of buddy builds where they just mass enchant, you can just kind of instantly win. I think actually it was Sir Jason against Keegan in the ADMW2. If you haven't seen that game, you can kind of see how Purge Magic is really good in that. And I won't give away more than that, but it was a solid game. They still talking? Cool.
Yep, they're still talking.
So I don't know. I don't know. Like, do you have a preference, Puddin?
For Destroy or Purge?
Yeah,
That depends on the book.
that's fair.
I usually do Purge, just because it's only 3 spellbook points, and the thing I need to purge is usually one thing, and
That's
that
fair.
just swings the tide.
Yeah.
Although if I was going to run a book that didn't have very many, or that didn't have very many enchantments, yeah,
Yeah.
I might do Destroy, just to nuke an entire
I
zone.
can see that. Yeah.
Or if I was worried about running against somebody who ran a lot of nullifies, Destroy gets around nullify.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Also, if they're like enchantment transfusing and they have nothing to transfuse out of the zone, it's also really good for destroy.
Yeah, it's situational at best.
Mm-hmm. All right, are we ready to kill the wizard?
Wizard's dead. We got dead man walking
Well,
right
we
now.
see a enchantment get cast or some sort of spell here. And it's gonna be a teleport. Okay, he's gonna pay 3 mana. So where is he gonna go?
I don't know why that didn't come like 2 rounds ago.
That's exactly the point. I think he could have survived more if he would have just done that. Gotten away, let his Gorgon sort of like just shoot on the retreats and then just try to recover.
I mean, everything that Jason Craig has is rooted, so he's got to pay mana to get it over to you.
Yeah, exactly. And what's Tattery gonna do? I mean, really. Although, I would love to see a Tattery kill.
It's gonna be a bleed kill, man.
Yeah, bleed, drown, pick your poison for death.
Bleed, drown. It won't be Stranglevine though.
Won't be strangled. That's a nice way to not die. He might get bitten. He might get hit with a punch to the face. He might just get a magical burst. One of those is going to kill him.
Magical Burst has to get through Voltaic Shield, so it's not going to be that.
Jason's saying he can't survive next upkeep. Yeah, the game's over, but it's fun to still play that.
If he purges, he can survive it.
And he's got bleeds. Oh, no, you're right, because he'll gain 2 life.
He'll gain 2 life back, and he'll be able to survive it.
And he has the mana.
If he takes no damage this round.
Which, I mean, he has the Voltaic Shield.
He can move away from most of that stuff. One thing is going to be able to attack him.
Yeah, so obviously the best choice would be Raptor Vine here.
Right.
So
if he purges himself right now, he will survive.
Oh, but he chose to move. I guess he'll have to move to the left now if he wants to get away from all the plunges.
Yeah.
Which, getting away from your retreat.
No. Oh, yeah. It's first. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's now the first creature action. He's just going to use the big one. He only needs to get 1 damage through the shield.
And from the chat, Drayfan says he'd also get 2 armor with the Purge.
Yep.
That's a good point. And
but he has to survive the first attack.
Which does not survive. Good game. Good game. That was well played by both players. Obviously, there's some things that we talked about that, they could have done better. But in a competitive match, you're sweating and shaking. I still think they played very well for the kind of match that we saw here.
I think Farkas kind of lost it at the end there. Like, where was that teleport 3 rounds ago?
And that could be just the shakes. It could be this is an unfamiliar book. There could just be a ton of reasons.
Now, granted, he had a couple of Wall of Thorns to deal with, so there were some issues. But, yeah, just insane. I love seeing the Samara tree. Props for that.
Yeah, Samara
Uh,
Tree win against a wizard. Rock on with that.
yeah, I think that the jelly could definitely have done more damage if it had come out earlier.
Oh man, if it would have gotten that hit earlier,
Yeah,
like you're
Sanguine
totally
Thirst
right.
is nice on the Gremlin. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth the 2 points to give your Gremlin
Yeah,
because
he was
it's
gonna
he
purge.
had a purge. He should
So
have
if
purged first. He
uh
would have gained 2 armor. He would have had Voltaic Shield. I mean, would it actually have worked?
yeah, he should have.
Would he survived?
He should have.
Yeah, because it would have been. No, I think he's. Yeah, because he would have gained 2 life. Yeah, he would have gained 2 life off the drown. So he would have been a 30,
Yeah, he totally should
32.
have purged
Yeah.
first. If he had purged first, he would have gained his 2 armor and had 32 health instead of 30.
All right, well, I guess we're going to wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. As I said, Farkas said my brain is not working, and that's exactly the kind of point I was making. It's like, dude, in these competitive matches,
Yeah.
when you start getting that like dread in your stomach and your brain just starts unfocusing on what you should be doing, like, it gets scary. But props to both of you. I love seeing these plays by both of you guys. Puddin', I'm gonna give you the final word.
You always do this.
I mean, I
No,
can talk if you
no, yeah, you can talk a lot, and so can I. So it's a wash.
want.
I would have liked to see a Gorgon Archer a little earlier.
Okay.
I really liked the Lightning Beetles, but if it were me, I would have supported them a little better.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. It seems like they did their job. Like they delayed it. They made it so that
Mm.
the seedling pods could get some good stuff out there. I liked the Crawlathor play. I wish I could have seen a little bit more maximization of Crawlathor though,
Yeah.
because he was like Jason was towing the line there. It was touch and go for him all the way up until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a ton of damage. Yeah, he had some spells that could deal with it. But I mean, I think that if Farkas had been planning smartly the last few rounds, he could have taken this
Oh,
game
definitely. Yeah.
easily. And that's because it was to the point where new seedling pods weren't going to generate enough mana fast enough to uh, keep the creatures rolling. And Farkas had too many creatures out. So
Yeah.
it's very good that Jason sealed the game when he did. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that it was a cool game to watch.
Agreed. I definitely agree with you there. And just gonna lead us out here. So if you guys haven't checked out the other ADMW2 games, days that we're not live, I generally try to release a video. Days that we are live, you can check us out live. We've got a bunch of games on the thread, all the live stream schedules. You can see when games are going to be played. We'll generally try to make them when we can, or you can watch them yourself. That's on the Arcane Wonders forum under the events section of ADMW2. It's on the front there. Just all the videos, all the scheduled matches coming up. Um, and if you guys are watching this and you like Mage Wars, but maybe you haven't played online, or maybe you don't know Mage Wars at all, but you see all these cards and you think it's cool, check out Octagon. It is free, and you can check out all the cards there. And we also have a Mage Wars Discord where you have a very friendly community that can teach you how to play the game or teach you how to play Octagon if you already know. So thanks for joining us, and I guess we're going to sign out here. Oh, and congrats to Jason.
Yeah, man. Well played.